Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So I allow this to completely dry naturally and I am going to bring it up closer just so you can see the luscious, delicious beauty of all the layers. And I just began it. Like, I didn't even do anything. Like, honestly, you guys, this is a great way to build moodiness, atmosphere, layers, lush, delicious beauty, and just a really high paint quality. So all I did, I'm just going to recap it. This is part 2, but all I did is I just put this big splash of ink, and I used an ultramarine blue because I want to have like really rich, delicious shadows. And then I just added a couple of tea bags, like, you know, I ripped up a piece here and here, and I put some dictionary pages, and I used my blue Stabilo pencil, and I just kind of roughly sketched in a figure, a face, and, you know, just the neck and a little bit of the dress. But just look at it already. It's got so much beauty. So I just find that, you know, when I approach my page this way, it just creates the most delicious, luscious, just, I don't know, just paint colors, quality, everything. And so now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of like, you know, using my black Stabilo pencil, and I'm just gonna kind of like make my facial features. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to kind of figure out where my eyes are gonna be. Now you guys, I am gonna put so many layers on here that is not, these facial features are not even gonna matter, honestly. But what I'm doing is I'm just building like depth and layers and texture, and I'm trying to like model the face with just different things like collage, like paint, inks, pencils, just all sorts of things. Now I'm using the chalk paint in Cashew, and this paint has really good covering power. And if I put like 2 or 3 coats of this paint, you're not even going to be able to see the blue. And I've mentioned this before, you guys, but I'm just going to mention it again. This is Waverly chalk paint. You can pick it up if you go to, say, Walmart, go to the craft section, and they usually have it in 3 sizes. This size over here is a 16 full ounces, and I want to say it's about $13 or $14. It'll last me a very long time. Now there's another size which is the 8 full ounces, and that's, I want to say, about $8. And I obviously use a Cashew a lot more than I use the this is called ink, but it's like a Payne's gray. And then they even have a smaller size. It's a sample size, and it's only like, I want to say it's about $2.50. And that's just great if you just want to try out you know, chalk paint if you've never used it before. But I generally only use these 2 colors. There's ink and there's a Cashew. I used to use titanium white, but I don't know, I kind of stopped using it because it was too bright, and I just like the softer kind of quality of the Cashew. It's like a titanium white, but it has like a bit of a, you can't tell, you cannot tell, but it has a bit of a slant towards yellow, so it warms it up quite a bit. Now, I sometimes do use titanium white, especially if I'm doing like a still life. I still have a couple of jars or tubes of titanium white. But do you see how like you can't even see the you cannot even see the blue. This chalk paint has such good covering power. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drip this ink right into the blue here, and I'm gonna use some of my chalk paint and cashew to kind of mix it in with the ink. So do you see like how I'm building up my face? And I shouldn't have put the cashew paint up top here, but it's okay. I can just try to like get it out. And honestly, you guys, when mistakes happen, like when I'm filming my videos and mistakes happen, it's a great opportunity for me to show you like what I do to rectify those mistakes, because we all make mistakes and that's just, you know, part and parcel of being human. So it's just a good opportunity for me to go, oh, you know, I made this mistake. I shouldn't have done that. So let's see how I can, you know, rectify it. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to keep like some of the blues for the shadowy part. And this is a little bit difficult, you guys, in the sense that, okay, how can I explain this? So just say I had a blank white page, like so, okay, and I'm putting everything down on here. So I know, okay, the shadows go here and blah, 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 blah. But when I'm working in this way, it's kind of like working in watercolor. It's like the reverse, because I have to retain those blues for the places where the shadows go. It's not difficult. It's just when I get in the flow, and I'm talking right now while I'm recording. So it's just like my brain sometimes does get muddled up. But see, I want to keep those shadows over there. So I'm gonna kind of, okay. So I want to keep the shadowy part. And I want to keep some of the shadows over here too. Now this doesn't have the blue because I put my tea bags, and that's totally fine. But I still want to keep that like shadowy part. So now see that splash that happened when I initially laid down the blue ink? I love that, and I think I'm just going to keep it to the end. Like I'm not going to cover it up. I like it. It's just such an unexpected like pop. It's something I didn't plan, and I really love it. So now I'm just going to start kind of building up my face a little bit here. And I want some of that collage, like the dictionary pages, I wanted to show. Let me see here. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this ink on here because I don't want to add a lot of color. I want this to be kind of a more neutralized palette, because there is all this blue here, which is a neutral color. You know, it's a cool, I shouldn't say it's neutral, but I am going to neutralize some of it. See, I want to neutralize some of it. And there we go. Like, I don't want to add like too many bright colors. And so this is part of my 100-day project, you guys. And, you know, basically, like, you can set the parameters of what you want to explore. So just say you want to explore, just say you're like kind of like timid with color. Like I used to be really scared of using a lot of bright colors. This was many, many years ago. And, you know, just say you want to explore color, then that would be a really great way to get more courageous with using color. So you can set the parameters for what you want your 100-day project to encompass. And you can say, well, I want to explore a brighter color palette, or I want to explore a warm color palette. Like, just say you lean towards the cools, then you might want to say, hey, I want to explore using a warm color palette. And it doesn't mean that, you know, when you're done your 100-day project that you go back, that you say, oh, well, you know, now I'm going to paint in warm colors. You could go back to using your cool colors, but now you've just grown and learned so much. And all it's going to do is strengthen your visual language. And then it's just going to strengthen your art as a whole. You know, anything you do, really, it all works kind of together. Okay. So, see, I'm going to neutralize, like, I want to neutralize this blue, but I don't want to, like, overpower it. I want it to be kind of, like, loosey-goosey. So I'm making this big gooey mess here, and then I just allow it to completely dry. And I'm not going to use a heating tool at all. And so I am going to, like, just let it dry. Okay, you guys, I know this is a short video. I might post 2 of them in a day, but I'm just gonna turn the camera off. I'm gonna allow this to completely dry, and then I'll make another part. So if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.